Welcome everyone to this week's Raptorium Weekly Update on the 19th of January 2025. It's an absolute pleasure to be here, and today we are blessed with the presence of David Owen Morris. How are you guys?
Not bad at all.
David, do you just want to take it away? You might as well. You're not here very often.
We've been working on a whole bunch of stuff. It's been pretty difficult at the moment to get me on for these streams because I'm normally taking the kids to school right around now. Yeah, a lot of stuff has been happening. We've been working on a couple of larger partnerships. The first one came in a couple of weeks back now with Bit.com. Really pleased to see that up and running. Really happy to see so many people putting some of their funds to work in an automated fashion on there. They've got some really fascinating things you can do with automated trading, meaning you can define your own range for an AMM, meaning, for example, for RTM, you can set, I want to trade from, and then you set a minimum price, to, then you set a maximum price, and then you adjust your increments. And it will basically, the closer it gets to the minimum price, the more it'll buy. The closer it gets to the maximum price, the more it'll sell. But you can also control how much it does and doesn't sell. That's one of the reasons why there's such a high volume on there. It looks like there are currently about 18 users automating some funds on there, which is good. Hopefully we can get a few more. I believe they're going to be part of the way forward. For those of you who like to trade on a website, I'm afraid you've still got to wait a bit. Most of the juicy stuff is on their app at the moment, but it is what it is. It was good to get on there and grow with them, so that's what we're looking to do. Really looking forward to see where we can go with that. We've gotten... The Explorer has just received a smaller update, so hopefully a lot faster, work a lot better. Electrum's X servers are up, both X and Y. We've had a small update on learnraptorium.com. Charlie has an update coming on Winterborn in the coming week. Yeah. What else has been going on?
He's also resuming writing docs.
Yeah, but that's learnraptorium.com.
You need to explain what they are, what the URL is.
Okay. Learn.raptorium.com is our documentation site, our new documentation site, the replacement for docs.raptorium.com. And once it's done, it should be pretty awesome. Oh, and it looks like super chats, super stickers, and super thanks are now activated on this channel.
Ooh, absolutely. So if you want to support us,
I feel old now. I don't even know what that is.
All the cool crowd are doing super chats and super stickers now, David. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but I'm not cool. I'm just old.
Are these people creating their own super stickers, or is it stuff that's
I think it's
YouTube?
Just stuff that you can actually send as part of what's supplied, I think. Super chat is one that appears at the top as well. So, yeah.
Oh.
Thank God. With this community.
Nice.
Yeah, that could get fun. Oh, and Charlie's also looking for help on the docs.
Yeah.
That's mentioned, so.
Yeah, we're definitely looking for anybody who'd like to contribute on learnraptorium.com.
Oh, we can set goals as well. I didn't realise that. So I'm going to set a goal for one super chat for light blue and higher, and we're going to set a timer for 15 minutes. And how will we celebrate? Hunter will show us his cleavage.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Hmm.
knew that was coming.
Well, there we go.
As soon as you said it was either that or the
That
exercise
sounds-
video, but
So there
Okay.
you go, guys. If anyone wants
Okay.
to send a super chat through, we'll show his cleavage. It is only $2, and it does go towards supporting the Raptorium marketing.
are you my pimp now or
I
what?
suppose I can jiggle my
Pimp my,
bosoms as
pimp
well.
my badass. Great.
Yeah,
Hmm.
All right. Okay.
just 1 second. I've got somebody junior in the background who is very unhappy. Just
No
one
problem.
sec.
Oh, okay. Well, you haven't been well the last couple of days, which is another reason why that we have not done a Raptor chain reaction.
Yeah, not
which
very
normally
been very
I would have
well.
done, but
It's
yeah.
it's not been good the last. Well, it's today and last night was the first time I was feeling a bit better. Before that, I had a stomach bug or something like that. So I was, well, let's just say it wasn't very pretty. But before that, I've been just focused on the new site work as advised by the partners. And we got another call with those on Tuesday where we'll be presenting that. I just want to mention Foodwiser again. Foodwiser has been helping me out on all sorts of things, which I do really appreciate. And last night we were actually, I was working with him on helping him understand some functions on the art packages that we use for the team, with a few tips and tricks as well. And it's nice to see Foodwiser excited to be creating graphics and things. So yeah, it's good to see, man. Yeah, so big thanks to Foodwiser.
We have a little
stuff.
piggy joining us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mini piggy.
Ah, not the smallest one.
Yeah, well, that one. Okay.
No, not the newest one.
Now, who's this?
This is Eric. He's number
Eric.
2.
Ah, look at him.
Yeah.
He's like, hello there.
Slightly grumpy.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, he's occupied now. That's good.
Yeah, but I mean, it's never fun to be awake several hours before you need to be.
Yeah, tell me about it. Wait till it gets to be my age.
Yeah.
So we covered Foodwiser, David.
Yep.
On the list.
Okay, good. We've also got IP protection coming up. Fort Knox, which is huge swath of the team. That's really yours to tell about, isn't it, Hunter?
Yeah, it is. It is. I've been doing a lot in that ilk, so I'll just do my thing. But we've been talking about this now internally, and the more we talk about it, the more we see a lot. And it's good that you joined us. If you have any insights on what this looks like, please share it, and then I'll go into mine. If not, I'll go into mine.
Yeah.
David, do you want to say anything more, or do you want to?
I mean, it's good stuff. We're moving forward with it. Yeah. No,
Well,
I think that's it really from me. I mean, we've been looking at it and talking about doing it in one way or another since before I did the first interview with Seth a long time ago. So it's good to seeing this finally moving. I mean, 4+ years a bit ago. So yeah, looking
now we
forward
have
to seeing
assets.
this finally. Yeah, now we have assets. We've got a better grade of assets, and we've got some that actually have the security we want. Back then, we were still working with, I think we were actually still working with Raven Codebase back then when I did the initial interview with Seth. That's one of the main reasons why we haven't been able to just port over the the web form we were using in that interview. But looking forward to seeing that coming to fruition.
You dropped a good hint there.
Looking
The web
forward to
form.
seeing preferably several people working on this, and very happy to sponsor and subsidize some of this if there are people who want to start selling tokenization as a service.
And we'll
Oops.
get into more of what that is. Oh, there he goes.
Somebody's asleep again.
Getting there.
Mhm.
Oh, yep, nodding off. It wasn't you, David. Don't worry. I'm sure he's enthralled with what you're saying, but
No.
yeah, IP right now is our killer app. And if you haven't seen that Raptor chain reaction that we did, there's a lot in there. There are a lot of ideas in there about what community members can do. And we're coming up with like taglines like "Raptorize your IP," and there's a play on words there that could get a lot of fun. So I'll go through my list. Right now, I'm working on getting into the government office IP spaces like U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. I'm going to be on a webinar this coming week on the 23rd for piracy, anti-piracy. And I've already been in touch with the people who are putting that on for the trademark office and asked them a few questions. And when it's done, I'm going to go back, and what I'm looking for from them is someone within their space, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, who is a big blockchain aficionado. They know it, and that's the person that I need to talk to figure out the easiest way of getting us rubber stamped, whatever it's going to be. And especially into their arbitration. They have an arbitration system where you dispute copyrights, trademarks, patents, whatever. And instead of going to court, you go to arbitration. So if we get that, we get Raptorium assets approved as proof. Hello.
Yeah.
Need I say more? So the webinars seem to be a really good way of making these connections. And one way or the other, we're going to find the right combination. The other thing that I found, and I signed up for a few today, are IP LinkedIn groups that are 20, 30,000 people in the IP field. And there are a bunch of them, and I've applied, already one approved, with 25,000 members, I think. And I'm doing that, and I would encourage some of you to do it. If you're fairly well versed in copyrights or, protecting your work, then you can go onto these groups and start seeing opportunities. And if the more people we have on there who are giving us an idea of what they're saying, doing some market research, and then ultimately, if you feel comfortable enough and you want to join in on the conversation, please reach out to me, because I'd like to strategize that. What we don't want are people going in and shilling our RTM. They really have to really think it through and want to strategize it a bit. People that I want to engage with are people who are connected with patent and trademark offices around the world, the government offices, law firms. That's the audience. Everyone else, I don't really care about. That's not, and that's what we need to be focused on, not on some of the extraneous people who are selling stuff to that crowd. The other thing that we're doing marketing-wise, somewhat related though, is the Daily Carnage classified ad will be starting this week, since Paul was a little out of it. I didn't really want us to be doing a lot of creative work while he was every 2 minutes, sick. So that's all I'm going to divulge on that, Paul. So I'm going to be writing the ad tomorrow, and we'll coordinate on that and get that out. And then we're either going to link to one of the articles that we have. You're going to see a lot more on IP brand stuff on the Raptor Chain Reaction and the blog. And what we're doing is developing more content dialed into specific areas that we're going to spotlight in that classified ad. And whatever else we decide we find, some other things are going to pop up for sure. So we're opening that door. We've ID'd really low-hanging fruit for using assets to protect IP. And what I mean by low-hanging fruit, I mean people who will use what we have, whether it's the core wallet, whether it's mining or going on an exchange and buying Raptorium. We are looking at ways of making this much easier, and David sort of hinted at that. That's the web page as an on-ramp, making it really easy, not even to use the core wallet. And I don't think I'm divulging anything there since there's a video about that concept. We're looking at it at making it very easy for what essentially amounts to 500 million people. Roll that back to between the market size that we looked at is between 20 to a little over 50 million. Not just creators, but there are researchers that want to protect their IP before they're published, and it might take 2 years to get them published. In the meanwhile, they're protected by Raptorium, and very cheaply. There's a market in Africa where we've already gone through the lion sleeps tonight. Well, a lot of people in Africa and Latin America that can't spend $20 on protecting their IP, but they can certainly spend $10 using Raptorium and buy enough Raptorium to do 5 albums.
Yeah.
Let's see. I already have a developer that's looking at eliminating that fiat to RTM choke point, if you will. And we're also looking at several ways with him that we'll have multiple ways of doing this, possibilities. What we want is a menu, and then we can pick which one we want to say, hey, well, let's focus on this one. Again, if you're interested, we have the developer channel, if you will, on Discord, and the business development channel, which would be a good thing. So you can hit up either Paul or myself, and we'll get you in there. If you're interested in, and you have a background, if you will, on IP or anything related, definitely hit us up. I've already had some messages from people who have musician friends, who are very serious musicians, and they're starting that education process. That is basically all I have. I'm good. So it's going to be a wild ride.
All right. Thank you very much,
Oh,
Hunter.
wait.
What?
Sorry. I didn't. There's one little factoid that I wanted to mention. And I was looking at how big is this actual market and the best way of describing it. And the way to describe it is industries reliant on intellectual property contribute approximately $7.5 trillion to the U.S. economy alone. Think about that. Not B, that's a T, $1 trillion. And that's the U.S. So globally, I haven't looked that far. $7.5 trillion was fine with me. I'm okay with that figure. I'm okay with 750 billion, okay? So we capture 0.1% of it. I mean, this is not financial advice. Do your own research, please. But this isn't hard to figure out. We just have to knock this through, and we are really good at what this is. So I would urge you, if you're a member of this community and you want to help and make a difference, start thinking along those lines. Who do you know? Maybe there are attorneys that you know. Maybe you know someone at a record label. Maybe you know someone at a big company that's focused on blockchain and protecting assets. I mean, protecting their whatever.
Maybe you know someone who can build tools to facilitate the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. So that was sorry, Paul.
Yeah,
now
no
I'm
problem.
done. And there you are.
No problem. Yeah, so as Hunter says, any sort of help or inroads into whatever to do with IP and blockchain, then we are open to all of that, and we will help in any way, shape, or form that we can. So yeah, contact Hunter or myself, and we'll get you added to the various places that we have where you can spread your wings. I just want to say that I was going to say Foodwiser then. I'm still a bit low on energy, but I'm getting over it now. CryptoSmith is currently away on a family weekend away that he forgot that he needed to be on, because we were originally planning to have the first, updated single CryptoSmith stream separate to the weekly update stream, to give a bit more to give a bit more focus onto that aspect of the stream. So that's looking like it's going to be next week now. So if you are watching CryptoSmith, hope you're having a nice time, and we'll see you next week. As David is here, we've got another 5 minutes until David needs to go, but
Yep.
we're going to take a couple of questions here, and aim them at David. So community, if you've got any questions, we will take a couple of questions. You can send them into the YouTube channel, or you can send them into the stream party chat, and we can ask David. Also, if you are watching the stream, please give the stream a like so we can gauge how many people are actually watching. We have seen some higher numbers than usual on the video, which is, I don't think that's normal. Might be, but I don't know. It might be the case that some people are buying bots again, like they did a couple of years ago. But
Coming from India.
Oh, is it coming from India?
India and I think Pakistan.
Yeah, the problem is we can't actually stop this from happening. So we can only kindly request that you don't bot the channel, because it doesn't do us any favors at all, especially with our ads and our earnings and the algorithm, because Google is not stupid.
They just don't like to pay a lot for advertising targeting those particular areas.
Well, I wouldn't pay anything if someone was botting a channel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right then. Okay, David, is smart contract currently being worked on?
Well, yes and no. The VM integration, is being worked on, but it's not quite going to be smart contracts like you're used to smart contracts from ETH. It's going to be more like you can take a real program and upload it and run it in a decentralized manner.
Okay, David, what are the benefits of doing that?
The benefits of that over contracting similar to Ethereum is basically that we don't have the problems with Solidity not being fully developed and vulnerable to a ton of different exploits. We've got Apache Spark instead of the EVM, which is also still very much under development in comparison to Apache Spark. Apache Spark runs a large part of the backbone of the internet stuff we rely on every day, Twitter, for example. So it's by far the superior VM engine. It can run a much broader range of things. So you can run pretty close to anything on it. AI solutions, you can run quantum computing, you can run everything along those lines.
Guys, have you got any more questions for David? All right, guys, we are into the last minute. David, have you got any final words for the community?
Norovirus sucks.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Cheers.
All right, cheers, guys. It's been an absolute...
I've got to go get the kids to school.
Cheers, David.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, David.
Cheers. Bye.
All right, guys, if you're not already following on following us on X, please do. That's at Raptorium. We're also on Instagram and Threads as well. Same username. We're also on TikTok. It's still not banned here. In fact, it's just been reinstated in the US, hasn't it? The day after it was banned.
It certainly will be tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, it's been reinstated.
It has? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All those TikTokers will love Trump.
So, yeah, Biden banned it, and then the day before Trump came in, and then Trump reinstated it after he had a chat with the owners of TikTok. So that's what's going on right now. So if you want to follow us on TikTok, that's at Official Raptorium. Please give this stream a like at the bottom. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Please don't bot the channel. And it doesn't look like we actually received a super chat, so Hunter's very thankful that he didn't have to show his cleavage.
Oh yeah, no. I'm gonna see my farmer's tan.
But yeah, we've got a lot of work to do. We're pushing on a bunch of things, and what else can I say? This is Raptorium. We never sleep. Thank you all for watching us, and please subscribe to the channel as well. It really helps us out, especially with some of the marketing that me and Hunter are doing. Any final words, Hunter?
Does this sound like a dead coin to you?
Well, it might do. I'm like,
Nah.
I've got barely any energy in my cup right now. I can barely get my words out, and I can only just about eat pieces of food. So some people might think it sounds like a dead coin, but it's not. It's not a dead coin. We're still working. We're still working.
No,
on it.
hardly. Hardly. Oh my God.
Have you moved your camera up a little bit or down? Sorry. Usually it's like in the center of the line bit where we are. You know what I mean? Are you closer to it or something?
I think I am. Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
Or maybe it zoomed a little. I had a telecom call. It maybe I zoomed it.
Oh,
did
you
take it off?
Right,
Sorry.
Right. No worries. No worries. Fudweiser saying, I tried for a super chat, but stupid YouTube would not allow my card entry. That's because you're
and on that, and there you are. Bye.
that's because you're a scammer, Fudweiser. Your card's blocked, bro.
Yeah. Okay. See you next week. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. I don't know why. Does that GIF actually play as a GIF, or is it just just an image?
Well, I have no idea. I just want the damn street end.
Okay. It's a static PNG. Well, it's coming through as a GIF, Budweiser. If it was a PNG, you could have done a transparent one. Saves having that white background. All right. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
And we will be back next week for another video.
Next week. Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.